All right, thanks so much for sticking with us here on Sunrise. Now, when you hear the name Rhino, you probably think it's an artist, but that's not what we're doing this morning. But after that, then you're probably thinking the big black tanks, right? Chilling on top of the rooftops, holding Jamaica's most precious resource, water, yeah? But today, they're bringing a whole new kind of container energy to your morning. So think UV resistant, think unbreakable planters that are just begging to hold your bougainvillea. Ooh, love that. Here to show us how these eco-chic island planters are transforming spaces from basic to botanical is the always blooming marketing manager at Rhino Jamaica Limited, Denise Johnson-Anderson. Good morning.
Good morning, Yanni. Good morning, IT.
Good to see you.
Well, you're as bright as the flowers.
Right? You have come bearing gifts because let me tell you, I am a nature lover, and I've been very happy since we got on set this morning because these planters and plants everywhere are just fantastic. Talk to me about Rhino and planters.
Well, our core business is providing water tanks, very durable water tanks, to the Jamaican public in whether domestic or commercial spaces.
Right.
So essentially, our business is making potable water available to Jamaicans anywhere them there.
Right.
Right? But over the years, we've been expanding our product line to include things like septic tanks, garbage bags, Rhino ropes, water heaters, and today it is my pleasure to introduce you to our Island Planters brand. And just like you say, the durability on these pots is fantastic. It's made from UV resistant polyethylene, right? It's 100% recyclable. Yes. Right? It's 100% recyclable product matter, exactly. And they are appropriate for both internal and indoor and outdoor use, basically. And we have something for everybody. So if you're a person who is about, the more traditional, decor lines and so on, we have, the alfresco pots. And then my favorite, the modern pots, the clean lines.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Yeah,
we have the copa. Let me see. Where's the
Actually,
copa?
you know what? Since you're naming them, let's have a look and see at what's your So,
And also, I heard about this self-watering feature. I'm fascinated about that one.
Yes.
Of course, I'll get to that one.
There are two of the lines which have a self-watering feature, right? So this pot, this is the bowl. And then you have the rectangular one.
Oh,
that's over there, right? Those have the self-watering feature. And really and truly, this is the cylindro. If you come upon a little square one, that little brown one over there, right? That is called the Quattro line. And what's really great is that we have all of these designs in various sizes, right? So you can go from 10 inches in some lines up to 47 inches with other lines, right? So you can put a really statement piece into a spot, depending on what it calls for.
Yes.
And these plants were actually, we partnered with Fort George Botanicals. They're just across the bridge on North Avenue, and they gave us a fantastic assortment, to pick from. Because I believe that, it's not every plant that belongs in just any pot.
No. That's
right. There's an ideal pairing,
Yes,
For
sure.
And so between our planters and their plants, we had some really exciting times, finding the right plant for each pot.
yeah.
This is what you call strategic alliance
course.
between yourself and Fort. What's it?
Fort George Botanicals.
Yeah.
Yes.
DJ, who's on camera 3, I'm going to ask you to come with us right here because this, I'm going to guess, is what you're referring to initially when you spoke about
Traditional and alfresco.
Walk me through alfresco.
Okay, so if you look, I'm just going to get down in here. Right, this urn. Now, mind you, I want to let you know, this looks very heavy, doesn't it? You think you might have to lift with your legs.
Yes.
No, you just need your arms to lift with this. These are lightweight products, right? So when it is that you're looking at these moldings, these very delicate moldings here, right? This is what constitutes the alfresco line. It's a much more traditional, almost, I don't know if it's Victorian or Baroque, but yes, this is where that fits. And of course, you can look at this, similar elements.
Yes.
right? And I think they also come on the rectangular line. So you can get the rectangular planter also with these treatments.
You know what I love, Denise? Because I'm going to expose myself and my little, you know, my corny self here. But this alfresco pot, the perfect plant that's in it is this plant because it's giving Positano, it's giving Italy, it's giving
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. I concur.
All right, let's walk across here
Will
and
it
let's
travel
talk about travel regular. Let's talk about this beauty. And obviously this is more in the modern direction. Walk me through this.
Definitely. Okay, so this is, and this is what I call the compound. So you don't just put the plants in the pot and walk away. No, there's some filler plants in there as well, right? And so this one, we actually have 2 more of them. That one over there, if you see, right? So this is one of the self-watering plants, right?
So when it says self-watering,
Which one?
what I really just don't have to do anything?
So you remember I said the plants can go in, the planters can go indoors and outdoors,
Yes.
right? What happens is that in the side of it, especially if you want it indoors, there's a little bottle, you could call it. So it's like you unscrew the top, you pour the water inside, and then as the plant requires water, the soil just brings it up through little holes in the bottom.
What you're saying to me?
Yes.
So we have no excuse anymore. You don't have to have a green thumb once you use these pots.
Just remember to fill the little bottle in the side with water. Remember to put the water in there, right? But yes, the plant will just drop the water from the base, from the holes in the base as it needs it, right?
Very cool.
Yes.
I love this profile here. This deep, low, semicircular pot. Walk me through these. Beautiful.
So this is from the Copa line.
Okay.
And they are, as you say, very gorgeous. And here's the thing. They can be used for plants and they can also be used as water fountains. And because of the various sizes, there's even something you can do where you inset, right? So it's like you can stack and layer. And they're really lovely. And they come in, as you can see, a variety of colors. So we have things like the midnight, the earth, the ash, the stone, right? These are some of the top lines that basically move based on people's requirements and based on their decor needs, right? So if you're into, you know, light tones and so on, you gravitate towards the ash.
And if you want warmer tones now, you can go earth.
Yes, or the cocoa. Exactly. So it's there's really something for everyone as far as this line is concerned.
I know some persons watching right now, particularly 2 sisters who would be saying that I should be there this morning. I'm excited.
Oh,
whoa.
The plant heads, the green thumbs. Yes, indeed.
Where do people come to get their pots?
Yes.
What do we do now? Because we want the pots.
Yes.
I want the pots.
Yes.
We're happy to receive you. We have a very large selection down at Marcus Garvey Drive, 76 Marcus Garvey Drive at our Rhino Jamaica Limited offices. And then, of course, Fort George, they have a very large selection as well, right? They actually have some of the pots displayed with the plants in them to, you know, stimulate people's thinking and to inspire. And once again, these are for commercial properties, residential properties, recreational properties like hotels and Airbnbs, ideal for airports and so on. You know, we have the things to fill big spaces, right? And there are a number of other hardwares and, you know, plant stores and so on island-wide.
What do I look for to know that I'm getting this specific Rhino pot? What's the label that I'm looking for?
Well, it's going to say island planters.
Island planters.
Island planters. And then you can actually make reference maybe to what you're looking for, right? Whether it is the cylindro, which is, you know, this very clean cup-like thing, or the copa, right? Or the bowler, right? Just think bowl.
Yes.
Bowler, yes.
Right?
Bowler, yeah.
And then they also, on the label, you can see the sizes and like the dimensions and so on. And you can also ask for the self-watering ones, which are the bowl and the rectangle.
This is fascinating. I'm happy to see the expansion and the extension of your business to include.
Thank you. It's very exciting times.
Yes, Rhino, Jamaica. I was only thinking about the tanks, but no.
You're thinking about the planters.
The planters, no, because I know someone who's going to be very happy when I get a planter for her.
And you have Fort George right down the road.
Right down the road.
And if it is that you are prepared to go a little further, we'd be happy to see you down at our Rhino office.
I'm heading down to Marcus.
I'm coming to ask for you.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
You know, I'll be there. I will be there. And if you want to, you know, continue the relationship and so on, feel free to follow us at Rhino Jamaica Limited. And you can also try Fort George Botanicals because you will see the plant and the planters there.
One-stop
Awesome,
shop.
awesome.
Yes, indeed.
All right, our guest was Denise Johnson Anderson, Marketing Manager at Rhino Jamaica Limited. Taking us up to another break because what's happening next, IT?
It's TK in the wings with your morning news. So, as I usually say, stick and stay.
I love